Hey everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Disabled Reality. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we have an interesting topic for today's show in which it is people love to hold on to grudges for the smallest little things. So let's get right into this. This happens way too often, and I could understand if it's like, murder or whatever, something like really serious, like life threatening and so on, then I can understand you hold a grudge against a person. But if it's something small and basically stupid, then what's the point? What's the point of holding on to a grudge? You know, and especially, especially if the person that's holding the grudge is the one that did small, stupid little thing to begin with. But yet they'll hold a grudge against other people, that try to correct them or whatever. Seriously, come on. Life is way too short to be holding on to grudges, especially for the smallest, tiniest little things. Life is way too short. Now, if and here's the other thing, if you're holding on to a grudge for a small, tiny little thing, you know, that other person dies, or I should say, when that other person dies, if you don't make the proper amends, okay, let me tell you something. You never get a chance to make an amends with a person once that casket is being lowered into the ground. You don't get another chance. That's it. And then you're the one that's left still holding the grudge. Still. And here's another thing to take into consideration. Holding on to a grudge only does the damage to you inside. Okay? And it only leads to an earlier grave. And here's another thing to take into consideration. You won't like it if somebody does that same thing to you. Okay? Here's another thing. Karma is a fact of life. Karma is an SOB. That's a fact of life, ladies and gentlemen. Not about being negative or whatever. It's a fact of life. So what's the point of holding on to a grudge? Really? There's no point to it. It doesn't resolve anything. It doesn't resolve a thing. You know? And it makes the person that's holding the grudge look pathetic. It does. So, time to get over things. We got so many other more important things going on in life. You know? And like I said before, life is too short. We're here today and gone tomorrow. Honestly. So enough with the grudges. Especially over small, tiny little things. Honestly. You know? We're going to move on in life and mature. Be adults. Seriously. But, you know, I see too many people holding grudges, especially over small, tiny little things. It happens way too often. We got to get beyond that. We have to get beyond that. You know, we have to come back as a society again. as mature adults. So, if you did something wrong, number one, own up to it. Number two, fix what you screwed up. Okay. And then number three, don't do that same thing ever again. Honestly. And move on. And here's the other thing. When you make your amends with people, you can reset the boundary lines to your relationship. I go by a belief of always forgive, but never forget, because if you forget, then you have not learned your lesson. The lesson is not truly learned. And just reset the boundary lines of your relationship. That's what you got to do. But always forgive. Always forgive. Because you know what? We're all human. We all make mistakes. Okay? And if we don't forgive others for the things that they do wrong to us, then we're not going to be forgiven when we do things wrong to other people. So we got to get past this nonsense, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, I want to remind all my fans out there about the business that my husband and I have together called AWLDNY. The link to there is awldny.com. And you guys can check out all the items on there. And I also wanted to remind all my fans out there about my other business, my other website that I have, called Advocate Information Highway. And the link to there is AIHNY.com. Again, that is AIHNY.com. You guys can check out all the pages on there. And on the homepage of my website of Advocate Information Highway, you'll see the link to my internet store on Zazzle, in which I designed a lot of products and they're up for sale on there. Also on the homepage of my website of Advocate Information Highway, you'll see the links to the 2 books that I wrote. And if you guys follow those links, you guys can check out and purchase both of my books as well. And so with that, take care, everybody. Bye.